beloved, listen to me. We are in a time right now that has brought to us a sudden storm with an intensity that we are not familiar with, far beyond our comprehension. We may not always understand what God does or why he's doing what he does, but we are confident that he is in control of all things. I do not want for anyone who believes in the name of Jesus Christ to live through this season with fear. You should never have to do that. Be a storm rider. This is what Jesus desires from his disciples, and he's given them these reasons to be able to do that. There are reasons to be able to ride the storm. You can ride the storm slowly, because the reality is that Jesus, as much as he loves us and as much as he cares for us, he is indeed the one through whom all things were made and all things are in his control. And when you know him, you know that he is in control of all things. And you don't have reason to fear. Jesus himself, he's the very reason why we recognize that as he's with us in every situation, that Jesus is not about to have his name defamed. This is what God says in Isaiah. I want to say it's Isaiah 48, where God says, look, I the Lord,
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tennessee Titans and the Carolina Panthers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And a fair catch single for and taken successfully.
Because God loves you, you can ride through any storm. He will literally move the universe to protect you, to provide for you. We've seen him do it countless times in the scriptures. Everything that he's done for anyone else in the Bible, he will certainly do for you. One of the most powerful scriptures that I love is very simple. It's a very simple word. And it was, Elijah was a man just like us. That the man who called fire down from heaven, the man who was able to stop the rain and make it start again, that same man who walked in that same power is a man just like us. Everything that God has done for every person within the scriptures, as David proclaims how God is a shield and fortress, as David proclaims how God saves him from all of his enemies, how David proclaims that God is a deliverer who does not fail. Everything that David proclaims, we can also proclaim because God loves us. Beloved, do not be in fear in this season. Be a storm rider. This storm will be over, and when it is, I want you to have movement and know that your God is God.
That's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on 1st down, followed up by
Eternal Father, we just thank you so much, God, for this word that you have spoken to us. God, we thank you that as we see what Jesus is saying to these disciples, this interaction with them, that we realize that there is such truth in here, such expectation. We realize that fear is only an indicator that we should strengthen our faith. And we realize that strong faith will help us to ride through storms. And so, God, I pray for every single person who's watching right now. I pray for every single person who's here in this room. I pray, Lord God, that you would strengthen our faith. Help us, God, to see fear just as an indicator of where our faith is, that we might strengthen it for the journey. And then give us the wisdom, Lord God, to walk in the ways that truly strengthen our faith. And then, Father, help us to reach wherever you desire to take us. Help us to get there without fear, but through faith. Father, I thank you so much for all that you've said, and all that you've done, and all you will do. In Jesus' name, amen. I hope this message was a blessing to you. but I can't let you leave without talking to you about the ultimate blessing of life. And that blessing is to have all of your sins forgiven and to have a relationship with Jesus Christ. Romans 10:9 says all you have to do in order to have that relationship is to confess with your mouth and believe with your heart that Jesus Christ is Lord, that He's risen from the dead, and that one day will second level.
If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. From the gun, Finch. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Putting together this return.
Got a whole hood on his back, and just like that. When my niggas trapped in the trap, ready to go, y'all make it back, hurry y'all make it back.
And the interception So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now again, right side, Akers. He'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't get more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to look back and tell your offensive coordinator, I like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. He's going to line up the air now. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you can get that right. The officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
Forces 4th down. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, it's not going to. We still have December left, early in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also is as much margin for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they can throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Play action. Finch. Looking middle, and that's complete. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And again, this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but now a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Finch. Bryant has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. Just a yard on the pickup there. They'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're open, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Dobbins. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position. We just saw there some linebackers who go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
Not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if they're... And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt, it doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. On 1st down, Akers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
A really nice gain there. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that 1st down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line.
Okay, ready? Recon, 132 fighter.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
Now,
they'll run it now out of the gun. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Ready.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down.
Come get some. Come on.
Hit it.
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over this one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple of yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Here we go. 360 outlaw. Chopper. Ready?
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Dobbins. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Looking for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Tristan Travis. Hey, Orbit.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Check three. Watch the eye. Check the hot read.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Off the bootleg. Fitch. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He can run for it, and he will. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that?
on. What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Hey, Jet. Get ready.
Room here to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Set 15 line. 15 line.
Check 15. Check 15.
Check go.
On first down, Akers. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
3, 218, chopper. Big grip.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
10-2 stop. Hey, Haywood.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, team 6. Team 6. Get up. Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point attempt to come here. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Titans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
It's caught at the 10. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big play there just before halftime. 61 yards. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And it's incomplete. The most bizarre of second down calls there, but the incompletion gives him another shot on 3rd down. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Look at me. Go. You draw quarter.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Ready? 30 base.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Ready?
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready, break.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Come on, set, 50, plant.
Pick it up. Check.
80 weapon. Shoot.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do, and that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown from 19 yards away. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Check, 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 check.
Let's go.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down, so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins uses the stiff arm. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. They'll try and throw for it here. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. They go for just one here as it's up and good. And that will get them one closer. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead. Right, you take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
That's track. Jimmy, come.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They find some open field here. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. He got 29 yards that time.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
On first down, Akers. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Pilot, 64, weak.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4.
Go!
Mike check 33. 33. Here we go, D. Here I come.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Yeah. 61, matchbox lights.
From the gun, Fitch. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Check 43.
Ready?
They'll try the left side. Dobbins. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Fitch. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Looking to throw. Fitch into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll run on first down. Akers. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Panthers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Dobbins. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today. NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, box drop.
Operating from the gun, Fitch. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to...
This is caught inside the 15.
Let's go.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing on first down. Fitch toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year as they are able to cut into that lead. Well, they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a 2-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for 2 again. That's why teams are practicing multiple 2-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big 2-point conversions. And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a 1-score game. So here we go. They'll need the recovery, obviously, then a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't. Absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Down. 90 Wolf.
Hey, here I come. Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
Going to give this time to the tailback. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let's go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hard.
3 down.
Check.
Hey, Sam off.
Undercrush.
Shoot.
They'll try to left side. Akers. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Get it.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Let's go.
At their own 19-yard line.
Let it.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. There's a nice move, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We want it. Come to
They'll try the left side. Dobbins, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go. 30 base. Hey, I-7.
To throw on 3rd down. Fitch. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Carolina, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee,